If you need a quick dessert to please a crowd, look no further. These require no baking. No baking at all, and we've got Terri Bakes joining us to tell us how easy it is to make some fantastic no-bake desserts, because I am not a baker, so this is going to come in handy.
Well, you know, this is something that you can make today. You and your son can make. You can show your son to make. Again, all no-bake. These are pre-made.
We're using
pre-made. Exactly.
All the ingredients are pre-made?
Everything. You may have to do a little bit of cooking. Like this is mousse, so there's a little bit of cooking on the stove.
Okay.
But again, you can make it the day ahead. Pre-made pie shells. You know, some chocolate. You can get a chocolate bar and have little shavings. I actually did this with a vegetable peeler. So if you can see that. So I mean, it doesn't have to be fancy. The fun thing about this is this particular recipe, the secret ingredient, it has chili pepper in it.
Okay.
So I thought, you know, instead of just having, you know, a traditional chocolate pie, why not do something with a little zip? And so this is dark chocolate. I use Ghirardelli, and then I just put just a pinch of just some chili pepper.
Okay, now how do you make your mousse?
Well, the mousse is, it starts out, of course, with sugar and milk and 2 eggs, but it's, when you combine it together, it gives you that like a pudding consistency. So you sort of really have a thick mixture until you add that wonderful whipped cream.
Okay.
So it has a half a cup of whipped cream, and then you put that in so it lightens it. Chill it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours, what I did, and then I simply put it in this piping bag. Now, you don't have to do that, but this does make it a little bit fancier.
And well, it makes it look prettier when
it does.
But really, this recipe could be for a regular size pie.
You can make this. Now, the recipe this will be on my website.
Okay.
On the blog page of my website. You can make this just in little ramekins. You can serve this with a cookie. You don't have to make it as a pie. You can make it in little individual portions. You know, so then that way people who just want a little taste, you can just make it in very small portions. So and people kind of feel like they're a little indulgent.
And then you're topping it with a little whipped cream. And then what are you doing?
This is chocolate shavings. So all you'll do is take a few of these, and you can just sprinkle these right on top.
Just a little.
Exactly.
A little extra zing
Exactly.
there.
Same thing at Christmas time. Put a little peppermint.
So how much chili did you put in there?
Now, for this particular recipe, because I don't know people's taste wise, I put about 1/8 of a teaspoon of its chili oil.
Okay.
You can buy it online. It's Lorraine's. You can also just use Chipotle chili pepper. You can use about 1/4 of a teaspoon. I tell people start with 1/8, taste it, because since it's chili pepper, you won't get it's not like black pepper. You won't get it right at first.
Okay.
You'll sit there and you'll go, then you'll feel the heat.
Does a little heat and maybe a little richness?
It is. It really does.
Okay.
It's really good in cocoa too.
Okay.
If you like dark chocolate and cocoa, put a little bit of, especially Chipotle has a little bit of a smoky flavor to it. It's really good. Now that'll warm you up.
And that kind of goes along with that idea where, you know, if you're cooking for something that's salty, you add a little dash of sugar in there to balance it out.
The darker the chocolate, to me, the richer you get the flavor. If you have a little bit of coffee in it, or if you put just this little touch of the chili pepper in there, it just gives it an interesting kind of combination.
Fantastic. You brought this beautiful cake, and this is to demonstrate what you are going to be teaching us.
That's right.
Next
at
your class.
That's right. This is Buttercream 101 in the class. I do have a few spots. This is available in December. It's the first Saturday in December, and it's going to be, of course, Christmas themed. It's got some poinsettias and things in there.
So cute.
3-hour class. You can book it at terribakes.com.
And that's where we can find the blog.
And that's where you can find
all the recipes as well.
That's right.
Thank you so much for coming by and showing me. We're going to give this a try during the break, right?
Okay.
Stay with us. We're going to have more Midday right after this.